Good morning students, welcome to eSuvidya. Hope you all are fine and safe. Students, the British ruled India for 190 years. Robert Clive laid the foundation of the British Empire after defeating the last independent Nawab of Bengal, Sirajudullah, in 1757. So, from the year 1757 to 1857, there was a period of expansion of a British rule in India. The British wanted to expand its territory, so they wanted to keep a strong army for expansion of their territory in India. And also at the same time, the British wanted to push away their rivals, their European rivals, such as the Dutch and the French from South Asia. And they wanted to have the monopoly over trade in India. So for this reason, they have to keep a strong and organized army in India. So they required a large amount of revenue for maintaining the army in India. After the 1857 revolt, which was known as Sepoy Mutiny or the first war of independence, there was a change in the British administration. There was a change in the administrative level. Take for example, before 1857, the Indian affairs was maintained by the head of the company or the head of the British East India Companies. But now in 1858, the power transferred to the British Crown from the British East India Company, the power transferred to the British Crown. So now a Secretary of State remain in the British Parliament, which is answerable to the Crown. In the British Parliament, in the British Cabinet, a Secretary of State remain and who was answerable to the British Crown. So this is how the administrative changes took place in India. And previously, the company was directly administering the Indian affairs, but now the British Crown, with the help of the British Parliament, started administrating the Indian affairs. And the name of a Governor General is also named as Viceroy. So Viceroy became a representative of the British Crown. So during that period, what happened? The British wanted to maintain a strong army, and also the British followed the principle of exploitation. The land revenue system was very much exploitive. The British government was imposing high amount of taxes on the farmers, and the British have never tried to develop or never tried for the permanent development of the land. So when the national movement was led by Mahatma Gandhi, during the same time, the tribal leaders of India have never remained far behind. Take for example, there was tribal revolt in different parts of India, and the most prominent tribal leaders are the most eminent tribal leaders were Bir Narayan Singh of Chhattisgarh, Alluri Sitaram Raju of Andhra Pradesh, and Birsa Munda of Jharkhand. They were the prominent tribal leaders. So Bir Narayan Singh, Alluri Sitaram Raju and Birsa Munda were the prominent tribal leaders during that time. So in Odisha, there were also different tribal revolt took place in Odisha. The prominent tribal leaders of Odisha were first Dora Bisoi and Chokora Bisoi. Dora Bisoi and Chokora Bisoi led the first Kandha rebellion in 1836. The first Kandha rebellion in 1836, they belongs to the Ghumsar. So Dora Bisoi, his original name was Kamal Lochan Dora Bisoi, popularly known as Dora Bisoi. So Dora Bisoi and Chokora Bisoi led the Kandha rebellion in Odisha in 1836. Then the Bhuia revolt led by Ratan Naik and Dharanidhar Naik of Keonjhar. So the Bhuia revolt led by Ratan Naik and Dharanidhar Naik of Keonjhar. Then the Munda revolt was led by Nirmal Munda. So one of the prominent leader among them was Lakshman Naik. So Lakshman Naik was popularly known as the Gandhi of Malkangiri. So he led the tribal revolt. He led the tribal revolt and Quit India movement in the regions of Koraput and Malkangiri. They were the prominent tribal leaders of Odisha who played a very significant role, a very important role in the India's national movement. So students, today we will discuss about the great tribal leader Birsa Munda, who was born in Bihar, now in Jharkhand in 1875. So students, let us read the sense group paragraph 1 and know about the early life of the great tribal leader Birsa Munda. Birsa Munda was born in a poor family in Bihar, now in Jharkhand in 1875. His father Sugana Munda worked as a laborer. For a short time, Birsa studied in a school at Katanga, but he could not continue his study because of poverty. From the very young age, he worked as a cowboy of a landlord. One day, the landlord saw Birsa reading a book, leaving the cows to graze on paddy field. So he removed Birsa from the job. So, students, as we know that Birsa Munda was one of the greatest tribal leader of India. He was born in a poor family in Bihar, now in Jharkhand in 1875. And his father was a laborer. Birsa studied for a short time at a primary school at Katanga, but he could not continue his education because of poverty. Students, you know, poverty is a situation when a person is unable to satisfy the basic requirements of life, like the food, clothing, shelter, etc. They do not have the money to maintain the necessities of life. So because of poverty, Birsa has to discontinue his education. Then from the very early age, he worked as a cowboy. So what is a cowboy? He worked as a cowboy. What is a cowboy? A cowboy is a person who looks after cows or cattle. So from the very early age, Birsa worked as a cowboy, or he looked after the cattle of a landlord. Who is called a landlord? A person who owns land and also rents the land is called a landlord. So Birsa worked as a cowboy for a landlord. So cowboy of a landlord. So after so when one day the landlord found that Birsa was reading a book, leaving the cattle to graze in the paddy field. So this angered the landlord. So when he saw Birsa reading a book, leaving the cows to graze in the paddy field, so he removed Birsa from the job. So students, we have discussed the sense group paragraph 1. So now let us have a look at some new words and let us use it into meaningful sentences of our own. The first word is poverty. Poverty means a condition of having no money or wealth, no wealth or basic needs of life. Basic needs of life. So students, the first word is poverty. Meaning is a condition of having no money, no wealth or basic needs of life. Let us use it into a meaningful sentence of our own. Poverty prevented him from attending school. Poverty prevented him from attending school. The next word is cowboy. Cowboy, someone, meaning someone who looks after cows or cattle. Let us use it into meaningful sentence. A cowboy is driving cattle to the pasture. Pasture means where the animals graze. So the last word is landlord. The last word is landlord. Landlord is a person who owns and rents land such as a house, apartment, etc. Let us use it into a meaningful sentence. He was happy that his landlord lowered the rent. So students, we have used the last word landlord into a sentence. Landlord, a person who owns and rents land such as a house or apartment, etc., or the owner of land or housing that is rented to another is called the landlord. So the sentence is, he was happy that his landlord lowered the rent. So students, today we have discussed the sense group paragraph 1. Thank you. Have a nice day. See you in the next class.